It was Kara.
Don't worry about that for now. We're informing the police. I'll take you back to my place.
Nico scoops Ford up into his arms, wrapping a few blankets around him to stop him from shivering.
Haven't heard anything?
No, not yet. If Nico finds him, it'll probably be safer for him to head back to his house. He'll text me when he does find him, though, and I really hope he does, but I'm scared.
Johnny, I promise I'll never let Kara back in here, and I'll make sure Autumn doesn't either.
After this, I don't want her here just as much as you two.
Good.
She's caused enough damage.
I know she has, and she isn't going to get away with it. She doesn't get away with physically and mentally breaking my best friend.
And we won't let her.
I hope she gets arrested for what she did.
What if she's working with Yvonne?
That's quite plausible. I wonder if she had a part in Leona's accident.
It wasn't an accident, though.
You know what I mean.
It's been very hard for all of us.
Not as hard as it has been for Ford. That was my phone.
Nico arrives home in record time. He's able to carry Ford into the house, move past the three girls and Cassie, before lying Ford on the sofa.
Oh my gosh, Ford.
Kara.
Cassie, find the first aid kit. I'm phoning the police.
I'm on it.
Ford, this isn't your fault. You know that, right? She was horrible about Liliana. I don't blame you for getting angry. I didn't get angry. I just fled like a coward.
You are not a coward, Ford. You're brave for facing her.
We promise she'll be brought to justice.
Johnny's gonna be so angry.
With her, yes, for sure. With you, no. He won't be angry with you.
He told me to wait. He tried to tell me to come back and not run out in the storm. And I should have been rational and listened to him. Kara should have been the one to leave, not me. And then I ended up getting attacked by her. And you're not to blame. Johnny was the one that actually phoned Nico. You were very lucky he managed to gain access to the signal again. Why would Johnny phone Nico? Work it out. What do you mean? Johnny freaked out when you ran. His mother is Lila, a mother who's extremely protective of her son, even if he wants to help his best friend because of what happened. She would have refused Johnny to go out, and you know what Johnny's like. He's not going to sit and do nothing and be helpless. That makes sense. Lila hates me anyway. I'm sure that's not true. She blames me for Johnny's accident.
What?
No. That was Yvonne. You didn't even know Johnny was helping you until Livie told you. But if someone else blames me too?
No one should blame you, Ford.
Cassie re-enters and goes over to Ford.
I blame me.
Well, Johnny's own mother should be supportive, not irrational.
Still, she's got a point, even if I am angry. Ow! Cassie, that hurt.
Yes, it will hurt a little, but you'll be fine.
What did she even do to you? She threw me into a thorny bush, and when I got back up, she pushed me very hard, and I landed on the concrete path.
Fortunately, Nico found you when he did.
Yeah, luckily.
I'm glad some people care, even if Lila, my mom, and everyone else don't. You'll always have us. But what about Lily?
Ford.
What if she doesn't make it? Ford, no pessimistic behavior. She'll make it. Trust me. Trust yourself. I don't trust myself, though. If you don't, you can still trust us. I just can't think positively right now. Alright? Fine. Whatever.
The verdict?
Nico found Ford. He's hurt, though. Kara's gonna pay for this.
Hurt? How badly?
Not bad enough that he's in hospital. Something that basic first aid can fix. But I don't think he's in a great way. And to Ford, the trauma will be a lot worse than the physical pain.
Johnny, do you want to speak to him?
Yes, but I thought you don't want me to.
Correction. I didn't want you out there in the storm looking for him, but I can drive you to see him.
I like that.
Come on then, Autumn. I'll be back in a few.
Got it.
I wish things could change. I thought she cared about Liliana.
Freddie?
Mum, I'm not quite sure whether I'm dreaming or you're actually here. I rarely even see you anymore.
It's me. Don't worry, you're not dreaming. We'll get through this. As a family.
Family? You mean that?
Yes, of course. You can have friends around whenever you like.
I'll, ask Ford if he would like to come over tomorrow.
I'm glad you're making friends. And that you've realized you weren't necessarily the nicest brother to Liliana.
But you should have been there for her too, Mum.
It wasn't like that, Freddie.
Then what was it like?
You don't know how it's been for me.
I lost my dad when I was 8, and all you could think about was yourself. We rarely saw you after he died. We needed our mum to be there for us, but you weren't.
I'm sorry.
I lost all respect for you then, 8 years on, and I respect you even less. You should have been there for Liliana. She was carrying a life-threatening secret all the time. She was hurting Ford because of it. But obviously you never asked how she was. You assumed she was fine and left the rest to me.
Why are you so protective of her?
I don't want her to end up like Dad did. I was so scared for her. I knew Dad was murdered, and I knew Liliana could end up the same way if she went too far. And she did, but I don't blame her now. I just couldn't bear losing her as well. I lost 2 people the day Dad died. You and him. Liliana was the only one left. I've never, ever made a friend.
You're saying that's my fault?
No, but we needed you. We needed to stick together, not just let the family fall apart, which is what you did. You wouldn't even let us speak to relatives.
Does Liliana remember anything of what happened?
I don't think so. She was 5. I was the one that had to look after her. Obviously, she knew Dad was dead, but she didn't know where you were, and she couldn't work it out. She just stuck with me.
I'm glad she didn't realize.
Really? She was the one that knew something wasn't right about the event. She was more focused on what actually happened rather than what was going on in our house.
What do you mean?
She remembered that woman, the one that Nate despised, and the one that despised Nate.
Yvonne?
Yes, it was Yvonne. She was suspicious, and then when she bumped into Yvonne on the street 3 years ago, Yvonne blackmailed her and used it against her.
That was related to Liliana's accident?
It wasn't an accident. Ford said Yvonne pushed her, and quite hard as well.
Why would she do that?
Because she's evil.
True.
Anyway, Liliana tried to hide it from Ford, but she could see Ford was hurting. He lost his dad too, and he had absolutely no idea how. I could see how awful it was for him. I could see how much he was hurting inside.
But I thought you encouraged Liliana not to tell him.
I did, but I was only looking on the outside. Plus, I was scared for her. Because she told me the truth, I knew it would have consequences.
You didn't think to tell the police?
You don't know Yvonne like Liliana does. Plus, where were you when this was going on?
I'm sorry.
I'm glad she told him, though. It was the least he deserved. He didn't deserve to be kept in the dark about his own father. There was just a price to pay.
Does Ford feel guilty?
I think so. I'll question him more tomorrow. It must have been awful watching it happen. I'm going to go to bed now. Maybe see you tomorrow if you decide to come out of your bedroom again.
Good night.
I've informed the police, Ford. They'll be around to question you tomorrow.
Here?
Yeah. Is that okay?
That's fine. I'll see what it is.
Ford checks his phone.
Finally, Kara might get justice.
Don't get your hopes up. She's gone away with murder for a long time.
You're not wrong. I heard about Kelly.
And don't forget what she did on the stairs.
Freddie asks if I could come over tomorrow. What do you guys think?
As long as you guys are back here by 2 o'clock.
Don't worry about that.
I thought you two were sworn enemies.
It's not his fault, Livie. And in some ways, I don't blame him. You've changed your tune. I hope you and Johnny are getting on well. There's no way I'd let Freddie come between Johnny and I. Don't worry. I've made many promises to Johnny.
Make sure you keep them then.
I try not to break promises.
I'll get that.
Us 3 girls are gonna head to bed now. Is that alright?
Yeah, of course. It's pretty late.
We'll see you tomorrow, Ford. Alright.
You feeling better?
I think the painkillers are working. I'll be fine, alright?
Do you want anything to eat?
I do feel rather hungry.
There's 1 slice of apple crumble left in the fridge, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Nico exits, returning a few seconds later with the slice of apple crumble on a plate.
Thanks, Nico, and thanks for finding me too.
It's not a problem.
Cassie enters with Johnny.
Johnny!
Ford, are you okay? How are you feeling? Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. Kara should not have been in the house. I promise I'll deal with her.
It wasn't your fault, Johnny. It was Kara's. She drove me away and then ran after me. I'm not even sure how she found me.
She's Kara.
That is true.
She's going to get arrested for it, I promise.
She's probably already like it. What do we do now?
We make sure she doesn't run far.
You can't stop her, Johnny.
Yvonne's in prison. She's worse than Kara. Please don't be pessimistic.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Then don't.
I shouldn't have run out. I'm sorry, but I never want to see that girl ever again. Or Autumn, because we can't trust her.
Ford, she's my cousin.
Kara wouldn't have been at the house if Autumn hadn't asked if she wanted to come around. Kara didn't even suggest it. Autumn was the reason that Kara went for me. Maybe she's Kara's spy. How do you know you can trust her?
She's my family, Ford.
So is Kara.
That is true. Can I tell you a secret?
We tell each other everything, so you shouldn't have any secrets. So tell me.
When you and Kara had gone, I got really mad at Autumn and said it was her fault for bringing Kara in. My mom told me to stop blaming Autumn. I know you're angry, and you have every right to be.
I'm not angry at you, Johnny. We just have to know who we can trust.
The big question is, who can we trust?
Ourselves, Nico, Cassie, Livie, Raylan, Dina, Sabrina, Kuna, Liliana, and Freddie. I don't trust anyone else. Maybe Edward?
Not Amber?
Not after how much she hurt me.
Yeah, let's be careful of who we hang out with, I suppose.
Are you two going to be alright? Cassie and I are going to head upstairs.
Of course. And wait, did you just say Cassie and I in the same sentence?
Neither Cassie or Nico say a word and just hastily head upstairs.
That's something you don't see every day.
Livie wishes she did see it every day.
Yeah, true.
You staying with me for the night?
If you want. My mom went back to Autumn anyway. It's not like she cares about me. And I am pretty shattered.
You said I looked shattered 14 hours ago, just after Liliana was shoved off the bridge. I haven't slept and I don't feel tired.
Lucky you.
Before Ford could say another word, Johnny fell abruptly asleep in his arms.
I just hope he's right. I hope everyone who has ever hurt us is brought to justice.